everybody. Kevin here, Coliseum of Comics. Welcome to our YouTube channel. It's Wednesday, April 24th. That means one thing. New comic book day. Okay, so today I have a lot of choices. I have a lot here going on. So let's talk about some new books because that's what you're here for. I'll show you my choices for picks this week. I'm going to start off with let's start with DC. I only have 2 picks from DC this week. It was a little light for DC, to be honest, but still a lot of great reads. We're going to start off with Power Girl number 8 right here. This is written by Leah Williams, art is by Eduardo Pensica. And I love this. I love when they take these books and they do things like start off with the characters and just like, oh, it's a nice idyllic day. And then, of course, the House of Brainiac happens and this is tie-in to the Superman storyline. I'm not a big tie-in fan when they go, oh, here's an issue, it's a tie-in. And you read it's like one mention. No, this takes place during that initial battle, which is awesome. But the one thing is Paige, she's Kryptonian. So why wasn't she taken aboard Brainiac's ship? Did I get that right? There we go. Why wasn't she taken aboard Brainiac's ship like the other Superman family members? How will she survive being one of the only protectors of Metropolis? And then, of course, with an army of Lobos, Lobo's daughter Crush, what does she have to do with it? When these two butt heads, it's a lot of fun. This book itself, I liked the Superman family. I love the fact that Paige is. I look at the. I love what they do, the little map of Metropolis in the book. I love everything about this book. It's fun, and the character of Paige, they gave her a real name for once, and she's not like a Supergirl clone. It's so good. So much fun. And of course, as a tie-in for the House of Brainiac, you don't want to miss that. You don't, do you? You might. I don't know what you do. But let's go on. My second pick, and this book has come up over and over again. It's Green Arrow. This is Green Arrow number 11. It's written by Joshua Williamson. You'll hear his name a couple of times. The art, we have 3 artists. We have Sean Izaakse, we have Phil Hester, we have Eric Gapster. I hope I said those names correctly. So you have 3 different artists. I love the fact it starts with an artist when you get into Merlin's story. Look at the art. Look at the art and the action. You get to Merlin's backstory. Ever since issue 1 of Green Arrow, Merlin has been pulling the strings with Green Arrow, Oliver Queen, and his family. This gives you some backstory. He's been up to, and then you go into the old Phil Hester art, like the old Green Arrow series, which to me I was like, oh man, it's like time travel. It's awesome. This is going to be a huge fight between these two. It comes down to this. Boom. So you don't want to miss it. It's a big battle, man. It's starting off strong. The story is strong. The action is there. It's Green Arrow. It's number 11. Don't miss out. So those are my choices for DC. Now, Marvel, I had a couple more choices. There was a lot of Spider-Man coming out this week. A lot. But my favorite this week was Superior Spider-Man, written by Dan Slott and Christos Cage, art by Mark Bagley, which makes this book just old school, fun, Spidey. It's Peter versus Otto Octavius. Look at that page. Right there. Boom. You see it? I see it. They are fighting and over Supernova, what to do with Supernova, who is about to hit critical mass, which could destroy a whole city. What do you do with her? That's her life, and these two go head to head. It's a good old-fashioned pissing contest, as they say. This book is a lot of fun. I've always enjoyed Dan Slott's work and Mark Bagley's art, and with Mark Bagley and Dan and Christos Cage doing this makes it the most fun Spider-Man book of the week. Now, I will say, however, Ultimate Spider-Man 4 came out. I'm jumping around here. Ultimate Spider-Man 4 came out, and this book itself, written by Jonathan Hickman, art by David Messina. This is very much, it is not action-filled, but it is one of the most satisfying reads of the week with character development. And you also meet Ultimate Gwen Stacy. Woo! So there's that. Ultimate Spider-Man number 4. It's a great title. It really is. So let's go back to the other picks I had because that was my extra. I said Jonathan Hickman. He's one of my favorite books this week. Gods, number 7. It is written, like I said, by Jonathan Hickman. The art is by Larry Oshidi. Man, I'm so sad this book is going away. Guys, why didn't you buy it? You have your reasons, I know. But man, I've been loving this. This book itself centers on Dimitri. That's Wynn's apprentice / partner, however you want to look at it. His whole life has been haunted by something called the Signal. And his search is near an end. And this is the story of that. And man, it just, like I said, hit you in the feels, my friends. This was a great read. Pick it up. If you're not reading it, do me a favor. Pick it up, get some back issues, read this, love it, and then go, hey, you were right, Kev. I don't know why we didn't read it. I don't know. My last pick from Marvel, was an oversized Daredevil, number 8. Now, there are 6 stories in here, okay? The main story is by the usual team of Saladin Ahmed and Aaron Kuder. That story is absolutely fantastic. Elektra or Daredevil, the 2 Daredevils versus Bullseye. Man, it's exactly what you want from a Daredevil anniversary issue. And then you have 5 other stories, which cover different characters in the Daredevil universe, Daredevil at different times. And my favorite, I'm going to share this real quick. The thing that made me laugh was there are 2 pages of what they call Bugle, like if the Daily Bugle just made Daredevil funnies. In different styles. So you got like a Nancy and Sluggo style, you've got a Calvin and Hobbes style, you've got King of the Hill style, and Life in Hell, which is called Life in Hell's Kitchen. Boom! Killer. Loved it. It's Daredevil, it's number 8. It's oversized. In the middle they have a beautiful, all the covers. Bang. So, pick this one up. That's it from Marvel. Now, independent. Let me talk about independent for a second, because independent, there were a lot of choices, and I love independent comics, and I'm going to talk about that in Coffee and Comics and over somewhere else in a few minutes. I'll be wearing the same stuff, but here are my choices this week for indie. From our friends at Image, Creature of the Black Lagoon Lives, number 1, written by Dan Waters and Ran V. Art is by Matthew Roberts. You get to meet someone named Kate Marston. Now, Kate is a journalist, and she's covering hunting a serial killer in the Amazon. What she finds is something a little more different. We'll say different. Check this out. The feel of this book. Now, if you liked Universal Monsters Dracula, you're gonna love Universal Monsters Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives. First of all, look at these. Look at the covers. The variant covers are absolutely stunning. The art in this is fantastic because it gives you that feel. She's out there in the Amazon, and there's some nefarious crap going on, and man, it reads like a proper horror comic. If you're into old school monster movies, this is one for you. Don't miss it. Put it on your subscription. You're gonna love it. My next choice, also very old school, from Mad Cave Studios. I almost said Mad Cow. From Mad Cave Studios is Dick Tracy, number 1. It is written by Michael Morrissey and Alex Segura. The art is by Geraldo Borges. 1947. It's 1947, and Langdon Marsh, who is a crime reporter, and Emil Truehart, who is a city alderman. How often do you get to say those words together? A city alderman who has a guilty conscience. They meet in a diner and are viciously gunned down, along with a lot of innocent patrons. When the crime that big happens, there's one name you call. Boom. Dick Tracy. And if you're like, oh man, I saw the movie with Madonna and Warren Beatty. No, this is nothing like that. This is, if you watch the HBO Max series Perry Mason, it's got that feel, a 1940s crime drama. This is absolutely fantastic, man. Digging it all the way throughout. It's got everything you want in that kind of. Man, Dick Tracy, number 1. I gotta keep a look, so someone may come behind me. You never know. My next pick. This is my pick because it's a big book for the fact that it's the end of an era. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 150. It's the last issue of this iteration of the Turtles. There are so many writers and artists on this book. In the beginning, they do have a bit of a, like, you can catch up right there with a synopsis, like previously on. And but I love the art in this. I love the story, and I'm sad to see it go. But there's a new series coming up. But before that new series happens, catch up with the old series. They pay homage to all the way back to the early '80s Ninja Turtles. First issue when I first read it, because I'm an old man. That's by IDW, Ninja Turtles 150. Pick it up. It's a really great read. I'm going to slide over to Titan Comics. One of my favorite books, Conan the Barbarian. This is Conan the Barbarian. It's number 10. It is written by Jim Zub. The art is by Rob De La Torre. Conan is still back in time. It's Conan and King Kull. I love this book. I love the art. Jim Zub has a knowledge and feel for Conan. I'm going through a deep dive right now on all the old Robert E. Howard stuff, and this book is like it was pulled from that. That's how good Conan is right now. If you're a fan of the old Conan series, you're going to love this. You really will. It's a great week for Sword and Sorcery because I read Sonya. Empire of the Damned #1 is out. This is by our friends at Dynamite. It is written by Steve Niles. The art is by Alessandro Amoruso. And it's a great book. I like this. I really enjoy this book. I'll be honest. The only problem I have with this book because it's just a little thin. For a lot of ads and it's thin, but it's enjoyable. I usually don't pick Red Sonja, but if you're into Sword and Sorcery, man, you get 2 choices this week. It's really great. My last 2 choices I told you it's a lot, from Independent, Feral #2, written by Tony Fleeks. The art is by Trish Forstner, I think I said it right, and Tone Rodriguez. We're continuing with these poor cats out there in the woods, surrounded by a rabies epidemic. It reads like Walking Dead, with gorgeous art and these cat characters. Man, absolutely love this book. It's so much fun. My last pick from our friends at Image and Skybound, Duke, #5. It all ends here and it starts here. Written by Joshua Williamson, art by Tom Riley. It is Duke in his last battle, trying to find out what's going on with the Transformers. I don't want to spoil any of this because, look, contents of this book are confidential. It says it right there. Did I enjoy it? I did. I loved it. Those are my choices. That's a lot of stuff right there. Thanks for hanging out. Here's what you do, though, my friends. Look, this is a lot of reading. And this is a tip of the iceberg of the stuff that came out this week. So much good. But you're not going to do any good sitting home watching. What you do is get yourself to a Coliseum of Comics, get your books, go home, put your feet up on the furniture. You can do it. You're an adult. Put your feet wherever you want. Sit back, relax, read some comics, feel like a kid again. This is, like I said, this is just a tip of the stuff I love this week. Comics are here, my friends. Thank you for joining me. Remember, next Saturday, May 4th, it is Free Comic Book Day. So until that time, you still got a lot of great stuff to read. So get thee to a Coliseum of Comics, and I'll see you in the store. Thanks for watching. Oh, hey, by the way, comment if you like something. I'll read it. You got it.